Global environmental issues and their stories. 1. Biodiversity loss. The story: human activities such as deforestation, habitat destruction, pollution, invasive species, and overexploitation are causing rapid species extinction. The Earth is currently experiencing the sixth mass extinction event, driven by anthropogenic causes. International efforts. Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD, 1992, Rio Earth Summit. Aichi Biodiversity Targets, 2010 to 2020. Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, COP15, 2022. Cites: Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, regulates trade in wildlife species. 2. Climate change. The story: burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial emissions release greenhouse gases, trapping heat in the atmosphere and leading to global warming, altered weather patterns, heat waves, droughts, and floods. International efforts. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, 1992. Kyoto Protocol, 1997. Legally binding emission reduction for developed nations. Paris Agreement, 2015. Global Pact to limit warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius. 3. Ozone layer depletion. The story: chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, and halogens used in aerosols, refrigeration, and air conditioners release chlorine atoms in the stratosphere, destroying ozone molecules. This created a large ozone hole over Antarctica. International efforts. Vienna Convention for the Protection of the Ozone Layer, 1985. Montreal Protocol, 1987, phased out ozone-depleting substances. Odds. Success story: the ozone layer is recovering, expected to return to 1980 levels by 2066. 4. Sea level rise. The story: global warming leads to the melting of glaciers and polar ice caps and the thermal expansion of seawater, causing rising sea levels. Low-lying nations and coastal cities are at high risk of flooding and salinization. International efforts. Included under IPCC reports and Paris Agreement. UN SDG 13, Climate Action, and SDG 14, Life Below Water. Adaptation funds under UNFCCC to support coastal resilience. 5. Deforestation. The story: forests are being cleared for agriculture, logging, and urbanization, resulting in loss of carbon sinks, biodiversity, and disruption of indigenous communities. International efforts. REDD+, reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. UN Forum on Forests, UNFF. Bonn Challenge to restore 350 million hectares by 2030. 6. Plastic pollution. The story: 8 million tons of plastic enter oceans every year. Microplastics are now found in human blood, wildlife, and remote places like the Arctic. International efforts. UNIA Resolution 2022, legally binding global treaty on plastic pollution, in progress. Clean Seas Campaign, UNEP. Basel Convention, 1989, controls transboundary movement of hazardous waste including plastics. 7. Air pollution. The story: urbanization and industrial growth have worsened air quality. Major pollutants include PM2.5, NOx, SO, and ground-level ozone, leading to respiratory diseases and premature deaths. International efforts. WHO Air Quality Guidelines. UNEP Air Quality Policy Support Tool. Climate and Clean Air Coalition, CCAC, promotes action on short-lived climate pollutants. Global environmental issues like biodiversity loss and climate change threaten planetary health and human survival. Urgent global cooperation and sustainable action are essential to protect Earth's future. Thank you.